And then again, there's Caroline Leavitt today. And I've been talking about this story for a very long time. These 267 alleged gang members that were sent to El Salvador. And the only evidence that the White House has put forth that they're gang members is they, quote, have tattoos, certain tattoos. And we've learned that there are some people that have no criminal records at all. And some of their family members have hired attorneys. They were sent to one of the highest maximum security prisons in the world. But as long as they're illegal, even if they don't have hard evidence and don't give people due process, just send them to this jail in El Salvador. And you have a very responsible journalist asking Caroline Leavitt that question today. You know, looking at the court documents, which is this reporter did his due diligence and is doing so. He reads the court documents and the criteria of why they think these are all gang members, which are absurd. And in that criteria are tattoos and other things. You're not giving these human beings due process. And the journalist, it's an unbelievable exchange because it goes to show you where we're at now with the Trump administration, where you have a reporter asking a very good question based on a court document, and then you have Caroline Leavitt attacking the reporter for asking the question. You could hear this reporter getting frustrated, as I would as well. Listen to this exchange because it's unbelievable.
Validation guide the DHS is using to determine who is an enemy alien, a trendy Iraqi member, and deportable under the Enemy Aliens Act, it has criteria here that require 8 points to be classified as a TDA member. You can get classified by simply having certain symbols in your tattoos and wearing certain streetwear brands. That alone is enough to get someone classified as TDA and sent to El Salvador.
That's not true, actually, Andrew.
According to this document,
it is.
No, according to the Department of Homeland Security and the agents, have you talked to the agents who have been putting their lives on the line to detain these foreign terrorists who have been terrorizing our communities? TDA is a vicious gang that has taken the lives of American women.
So, first of all, we'll continue the clip. The question wasn't about the agents that are putting their lives on the line. Do you notice how she deflects and she pivots? The question wasn't about the agents. The question was specifically about the criteria of why you put all these men in El Salvador and claim that they're all gang members. The question wasn't about the ICE, wasn't about the people who detained them. Why is she deflecting? Why is she not answering the question directly?
Lives of American women, and our agents on the front lines take deporting these people with the utmost seriousness, and there is a litany of criteria that they use to ensure that these individuals qualify as foreign terrorists and to ensure that they qualify for deportation. And the president made it incredibly clear to the American public that there would be a mass deportation campaign of not just foreign terrorists, but also illegal criminal aliens who have been wreaking havoc on American communities. And shame on you and shame on the mainstream media for trying to cover for these individuals who have. This is a vicious gang, Andrew. This is a vicious gang that has taken the lives of American women.
The government filed in court, which says
and you said yourself there are 8 criteria on that document.
They need 8 points.
And you are questioning the credibility of these agents who are putting their life on the line to protect your life and the life of everybody in this group and everybody across the country. And their credibility should be questioned. They finally have a president who is allowing them to do their jobs, and God bless them for doing it.
There she goes again with God, that fake Christian bimbo bitch. That's what she is. And then you want to talk about agents. The question wasn't about the agents making the arrest. That had nothing to do with it. The question had to do with the criteria that the White House is putting forth and the 8 points that were in this court document where that journalist, and you could hear him getting frustrated. I don't blame him. And she starts attacking the journalist for asking what is a very fair question. You can just deport somebody if they're undocumented. That's one thing. But deport them and send them to an El Salvador prison, one of the highest maximum security prison, where I would say murderers and rapists probably belong, not somebody who is undocumented without due process. That's exactly what the White House has done, and Caroline Leavitt does not answer the question. She's an idiot. She doesn't even know what this document says. She has no idea what's in this court document. She has absolutely no idea what she's talking about. She does not do her homework, and she just speaks to Donald Trump on a daily basis, and he feeds her words, and the bimbo gets up there and speaks in front of the media like the moron that she is, And this is what we have to deal with for the next 3.5 years. Now, you could make the argument that Caroline Leavitt will probably not last that long. I mean, she'll probably last a little longer than Donald Trump did with Stormy Daniels, but that's another story for another show. And then Caroline Leavitt is asked about Signalgate, and they want this story to go away. Virtually everybody in Donald Trump's administration has lied about Signalgate. They said it wasn't classified information. They've attacked the journalist. Again, the same playbook. Attack the messenger, right? Attack this journalist, Mr. Goldberg, who did absolutely nothing wrong. And again, listen to the answer that Caroline Leavitt says. She just wants this story to go away, doesn't even want to answer questions about it. Have a listen to this.
As you said last week, Caroline, you said it would be an investigation or a review into how Jeffrey Goldberg's number got on that group chat. What's the status of that review, and what is the status of National Security Advisor Mike Waltz?
As the president has made it very clear, Mike Waltz continues to be an important part of his national security team, and this case has been closed here at the White House as far as we are concerned. There have been steps made to ensure that something like that can obviously never happen again, and we're moving forward, and the president and Mike Waltz and his entire national security team have been working together very well. If you look at how much safer the United States of America is because of the leadership of this team.
Yeah, we're so much safer now because of Donald Trump. Yeah, we're so much safer. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that, you idiot. Nothing to see here, everybody. We'll just make sure it doesn't happen again. But it wasn't classified information. Nothing to see here. But let's talk about Hunter Biden's laptop. Let's talk about Hillary Clinton's emails. Let's talk about Benghazi. Let's talk about all that stuff. Let's talk about the birther issue again. But hey, nothing to see here, everybody. It's been a week. So, let's just move on. You frickin' moron. You bimbo bitch you. That's what you are. That's what you are. You lying bimbo, fake Christian, excuse for a human being. That is what you are.